Hi guys, today we are gonna talk about another IEM that I received from Kiwi Ears Étude. This is an IEM that I wanted to review mainly for its interesting driver configuration. So these have something called a vibration transducer alongside a beryllium dynamic driver and 3 balanced armature drivers. The vibration transducer is something very rare in IEMs and especially in this price range of $119. What it does is it vibrates, creating an interesting reverb effect while slightly boosting the low-mid frequencies of the IEM. This natural reverb effect is what makes this pair of IEMs a very interesting listening experience for certain types of music, and at the same time makes it not so good for gaming, at least for FPS games. However, I feel like for RPGs and single player games where you might want some immersion, these could work very nicely. In Apex, I find that it kind of makes gunshot sounds a bit weird, and the extra reverb effect kind of masks some finer details you want to hear in games. So no, I would not recommend this for gaming. The tuning otherwise is quite similar to the Kiwi Ears Astral I reviewed in the video before this. Except for that very prominent hump of the transducer around 180 Hz. So yeah, nice bass, very tasteful mids and sparkly treble. Between the Astrals, I still like the bass and treble region of the Astrals better, but those are over double the price these go for, so you know, it's not a good comparison. In instrumental music, the natural reverb of these just makes everything very organic sounding, and some tracks really benefit from it. Some vocal heavy tracks, however, can sound a bit weird with the vocals sounding like they are going through a tunnel or something. However, when there are other instruments with the vocals, the effect is not that noticeable and everything blends pretty nicely. This tunnel effect is very noticeable while listening to YouTube videos when there is someone just talking to the camera without any background music, and then the effect is quite distracting. But anyhow, tuning is nice, musical, and they are not relying too much on the quirky driver config, which is nice. It's not the best IEM for gaming because of the transducer. Then let's talk about the externals and what comes with this IEM. So the faceplate is quite beautiful on these, and these are quite light pair to use. The shells are a bit on the bigger side, like Kiwi Ear stuff usually is, so some users might find these not too fitting for their ears. Picking these up feels quite interesting every time because the vibration transducer vibrates inside them and you can feel it quite clearly. It feels like there is a spring that is like, well, vibrating inside the shell. Shocking, I know. These are a nicely crafted pairs of IEMs, and the nozzle is also quite suitable for most aftermarket tips I tried with them. The stock tips were alright. And not the best, but not the worst. There are 3 different types of tips in 3 different sizes, but yet again, I still like to use mine with aftermarket tips, mainly the SpinFit W1s, because they are made from medical grade silicone. That is a material that doesn't cause any irritation for me. Yeah, the cable is kinda lackluster and feels very cheap, which reflects the price point, but still I have seen quite nice cables from other manufacturers in the same price point, so I think they could go with a bit nicer cable here as well. The included case is a nice touch, and it is the same as with the Astrals, so the new Fox leathery type of case. But yeah, all in all, would I recommend these? Well, it depends. If you are just looking for your first pair of IEMs, I would look elsewhere, since with these you can get a bit wrong idea how IEMs generally perform. If you already have an IEM that you can daily drive and use in games and just love for music and just want something truly different, something very exotic, something that gives an interesting spice to the music you listen to, then yes, these are a fine offering from Kiwi Ears with the vibration transducer. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching and goodbye.